Good morning, dear students. This is Mukta Chandani from SIRTS, State Group. Today I am going to start my lecture regarding how to be an expert orator, which is very necessary for the skills for the engineering courses in technological journey. And if you want to be a good orator, you must have to learn the different type of strategies and skills what are very necessary for your attending of conferences, your attending of your seminars, experts, lectures, and interview skills. Now I'm going to start how to be an expert in the art of conversation. Because in the present time, every person who wants to acquire success has the first condition to set before him be an expert in the art of conversation and addressing the masses groups. This is also very demanding skills that without mastering the art of conversation and addressing public, it is unless to be even think about the success. And first, next, the question arises why there is a need to become a successful speaker. So I am going to start that need for effective conversation for new and innovative ideas, felicitate team communication, work through tough problems. So to make an effective and attractive personality, to achieve success, to get love and fame, and to lead a life full of happiness and comforts, your communication, conversation is very, very necessary. All these things. Today we see that there is a no life without dialogues. Only that person is effective and attractive and successful who is an expert in the art of conversation or who is able to convey his point across to others in a nice manner. Today, good speakers alone rule the boost in all the operational realms. Take any field. You can take any field that home, or it may be family, or it may be politics, or it may be students, or laborers, or businessmen. In all fields, you need the communication skills and your conversation very nicely and very effective manner. And in such a way, good classes, good orators is the top quality, and one must be fully adopt the art of conversation and public speaking to succeed. Now the question arises then why the task of conversation is very necessary, by which point you can need the task of conversation is necessary, and what are the different techniques you will follow for delegating the task clearly with proper techniques. So my answer is that for the new and innovative ideas, for the felicitate team communication, for teams to successfully innovative together, they need to be a great communicators who can collaborate effectively, private, constructive feedback, and work through tough problems. All these things need a good conversation, good communication skills. Communication workshops are a great way for employees to brush up on their skills and see the things in a new light. Now, effective and managing meetings, you can need the conversation. For the effective and managing your meetings, your conversation, for the good communication skills, good conversation is very necessary for conducting your meetings and your managing your meetings. Good communicating conversation is very necessary for the team building and leadership. For the team building and leadership, you can need the good communicating conversation, because without good communication skills, you can never manage your team, because the team leadership always need the good communication and good conversation. Celebrating the sides of coins, you can see that the students' confidence, they need to try new innovative ideas. Through communication process, the leadership has to be improved and the students get consistent across internal and external communications. So innovation is the top priority. First of all, the innovation. What do you mean by innovation? You know, innovation is a new ideas, getting the new thoughts, getting the new opinions to others for the communicating of and conversation with others. This is the top qualities of leadership. The art of conversation is also helpful for listening and motivation, for the listening of any your topics, for the listening of your conversation, for the listening of your conference contents and your conferences and your seminars contains. The art of conversation is also very helpful for listening and motivation of the seminars. The leaders have to communicate the vision and goals to the team as they motivate them to achieve them with efficiently. Team involvement, this is the team involvement. Effective listening is very necessary and the clear and good ideas are necessary for the good conversation skills. Timely communication is the main features of this time. Your time management is also very necessary for your conversation. Means if you will talk too much or if you will maintain the less talking, this is also not effective for your conversation. Now, the idea is effective conversation for the compromisations with the circumstances. All the circumstances are needed the effective conversation and compromisations. To get love and fame, to lead a life full of happiness, make an effective personality and comforts, you are needed the good conversation skills as well as your good communication skills. This style of leadership make communication and effective communication. And the most important communication skills are leaders is the ability to listen. First of all, you take the listening skills. Means if a good listener. First of all, you have to be a good listener. A good listener is a good reader. A good reader is a good writer, and a good writer is a good speaker. So first and foremost skill is listening. So listening always affects the good conversation. Complementary compliments are the most effective if they are specific to the situations. The comparison between the two academics backgrounds. Two academic backgrounds means if there are two young men, they have some academic backgrounds, means they are equally competent to. One of them grows quickly and reaches the top of the success, and in the next time the second one remains there. This achievement is not good achievements. So the comparison between the two academics is always depend on their good listening. Whatever you need, any shopkeepers or any salesmen or any doctors or any interviewer candidates or teachers or politicians, you can see that if the shopkeepers, sometimes shopkeepers does not deal with a particular salesman or supplier, but the other eagerly waits for the another salesman. And in the in the salesmen of books, orders worth lakhs of the rupees due to the fine orator's fine communication skills and gift of the grip. The other salesman wasted months in the job but is unable to book even a single order. So this all depends upon. If the shopkeeper is not doing well, means it is the lack of listening, and it is the lack of his not a good communication or not a good conversation. The salesman is also like this. If the salesman is not not performing his act very nicely, means he has not learned the art of conversation properly. So all doctors, one doctor get more patients, other doctors are not getting more patients. In this way also, the conversation between the doctors and patients is not good, and the patients are not attracted to the doctors. In this way, the interview candidates, some interviews candidates are always successful, others interview candidates are not successful because not because of their degrees, not because of their technical knowledge, but because of their not communicating properly, or not conversation is not properly doing their conversation. In this way, the teachers also are not performing. Some teachers attract the students, and always the students attract the teachers studies, way of style, way of their teaching process, way of their strategies. But some teachers they don't attract the students, and the students don't go to their classes. In this way, the politicians also, if the one politician is performing his act very nicely and attract the voters, others politicians does not attract the voters because of the lack of their communication skills, as well as the lack of their conversation skills. And the following points are the good for the becoming a good orator. Means always learn about the ratio of the man to women in the audience, learn about the objectives of the speech, learn about the venue and other conditions of lecture, have self-confidence. Always keep your self-confidence, because if you want to be a good orator, you must have the self-confidence. You must have decide your venues where you will perform your act, and keep all the facts and data related to the speech. You must have to keep all data and facts which are related to your speech, your handy. So it must be easy for communicating, and it must be easy for your conversation. I always coordinate all thoughts, topics, and demands of the audience in a serial order. Always you keep it the topics and what the audience or what the publics are demanding for it, which topic you want to say. You must have to keep it in a serial order. Focus on the major points only. Main points is that if you are focused on the major points, means what you want to say, what is the topic of this subject, what is the starting introduction to the subject, what is the middle points of your subject, what is the ending point or the conclusion point is also. You must have to focus the major points. In this way, you can do the conversation very nicely. Select audio-visual equipments carefully. Whatever the equipments, it may be audio-visual, or it may be only visual, or it may be only audio. So you must have always careful about it, that all equipments are working properly, and your conversation will never be suffer. Take care the time limit of your lecture. Always you must have to watch your time, because time is itself precious. If you will cross the time limit, the audience or your students will get bored, because you have given them the 40 minutes time, so you must have to complete your all subject within 40 minutes. If you are giving them the 30 minutes time, so you must have the conclude your all topics, all subjects, or whatever the points you are discussing, you must have to complete it within your time limit. So time itself is a very prior and valuable strategy for your conversation. Adopt a refined and beautiful style of delivering the lecture. Whatever the lecture, whatever the style you are going to perform while delivering your lecture, you must have to always you must have to give it in a practice. The priority is also there, practice. So you refined it and beautifully style is doing for your delivering of your lecture. And thank you all for this all these things. You have listened the lecture very carefully, and in my next lecture I will come some other points. Till then, stay tuned and keep learning. Thank you very much.